a Cinema Day combo reflection. Now You See Me, Now You Don't, and Predator Badlands. So today is the day after I spent a day at the cinema again. It is Saturday, 15 November 2025, and here I, Tanis, she, her, hers of Seattle, reflect on my picks of 2025 film Now You See Me, Now You Don't, and 2025 film Predator Badlands for spending a day at the cinema, Regal Cinebarre Mountlake, on Friday, 14 November 2025, yesterday. And so this one is dedicated just to the movies, if part of the movie-going experience, and how were they, and did I make the right picks? So Now You See Me, Now You Don't is about the horsemen that are magicians. It's kind of, I think, if I'm recalling correctly, the third installment. I saw the movies not too long after they came out, part one and part two, kind of, so to speak. And I didn't see them in theaters, and I was like, oh, this would have been fun to see in theaters. And so, you know, what was that, over a decade ago, something like that, the first one was released, and so I finally got to see one of the Now You See Me magician movies for the first time in a movie theater, and it did not disappoint. I give it a 5 out of 5 stars, and the plot is a bit of, there's the horsemen that are, like, closer to my age, and then they have, like, wannabes, younger wannabes, who get involved for kind of a magic, taking on a woman in the mineralogy meets mining industry. So I was like, oh, I'm totally the villain in this one. The lady they had, the actress for the minerals. I'm a mineral lady. She played Miranda Frost in James Bond Die Another Day. She was fabulous. I gave it 5 out of 5 stars. Okay, it was really good. I got a Bachelor of Science in Geology and Geophysics with a minor in mathematics, though, so I like rocks and I like minerals. So there we go. And then 2025 film Predator Badlands. So that one goes back, like, Alien versus Predator. There was a horror movie that came out, and back when Regal Cinebarre, before it was Regal Cinebarre, it was Mountlake 9. I think that was a movie I wanted to see there. I'm not gonna look up the year, but it was at that point, it was a movie I had wanted to see in theaters. I hadn't seen a horror movie in theaters, and I had wanted to see it at Mountlake 9, and so now Mountlake 9 is now Regal Cinebarre. And so that was like 15, 20 years ago or something like that. And I was like, okay, I can't see one of these movies, Alien or Predator, in theaters unless I can choose one, because it's Alien versus Predator. And I was like, oh, I'm totally Predator. Aliens with Sigourney Weaver versus like Predator with Arnold Schwarzenegger. I was like, I'm Predator out of those two. So I was like, if Predator ever comes to this theater, whether it's Mountlake 9 or something else, I have to go. So this is, that check mark, that 15, 20-year-old check mark of if the stars ever align and I go. And it's, I would say, so I'm a Euro Native American, I would say the Predator is very true to kind of like a beating heart of what it is. Might be the first proper representation of Native Americans I've seen in Hollywood. Might. And then they have the other part of me, so I'm Euro Native American, the Euro is represented by like a cyborg, a female cyborg, and I was, but only like half of her. And then there's a ginormous squirrel meets monkey as like somebody, as a critter that tags along with the two, and I was like, it's my life in a movie. So okay, like, I don't know, a standard rating system, it's 5 out of 5, but like for real, it's a 10 out of 5, and they did such spectacular work. So again, the geology thing comes into play here. So I also worked on volcanoes, and they have the Predator's weaponry is like, it illuminates and it like cuts through a critter. It's very beautiful. I loved this type of horror and gore. It made it look like a volcano on inside, as it like, you know, seared the flesh of this critter. It looked like, you know, magma. And I was like, well, so lava, because it's the surface of the earth. But I was just like, yes, they did this so right. It was so well done. Yes. And so on a standard rating system, a 5 out of 5. On a Tanis rating system, a 10 out of 5. And I do have, I'm not going to show ticket stubs, because I guess now, because it has my personal identifying information on it. But like, yeah, they were good. I did save my stubs. It doesn't actually, I have an unlimited pass. First, I saw this out of Regal Cinema. The ones I get on the unlimited pass, I think for security purposes, don't actually show up when I like log into my account or go on the app. So they don't show what movies I've got. And I'm like, I think that's for security purposes. But yeah, but that was a great pairing. I did really good on that combo. I did really good the spending a day at the cinema on Friday, 24 October 2025. These were just like long-term dreams coming true. It was a good day.